Spiritual women who have a fear of being abandoned and being left alone in relationship due to abandonment wounds from the past, from parents or relationship partners with unhealed toxic men, especially men who can't communicate. And when you're a people pleaser, you usually end up having an anxious attachment style. What this attachment style means is it's the way you find fear and safety within your relationships. Because when you start to feel fear, you try to create a means of safety in the dynamic. Why does this happen to be for anxious, people-pleasing spiritual women? Anybody with this anxious attachment style in general. When things start to feel like it's a threat to your relationship and you're in fear you're going to lose this person, usually what ends up happening is you don't want to set boundaries, you don't want to express your needs or honor your voice. You'll do whatever it takes to keep the relationship because you're receiving a level of love that you did not get growing up or from previous partners. But the love that you are craving is what you are seeking. And due to this, you end up settling for less and accepting less than you deserve. Which means, again, putting your needs aside just to keep someone who only gives you 87% of what you truly want, because 87% of what you truly want is not 100%. But this teaches you how to honor and express your needs and set boundaries and be less fearful of the outcome. Because anybody who's not going to love the fullness of you is not a rejection. It's a redirection to somebody who will love you better. And it's great practice because you get to learn how to speak your needs and set healthy, clear expectations and boundaries within your relationship dynamics. And if this person didn't work out, the next person, because of all this practice, is going to go a lot smoother and probably a lot quicker. So how do you decide or figure out if you are anxious attachment style? Well, here are some traits. One, if you have fear of losing the person in the relationship, even though they don't treat you very well, or fear of being abandoned. When anything is perceived as a threat, this person's not replying to you soon enough, you'll end up over texting or creating a crisis. Maybe you'll even start asking them, hey, how are you? Are you okay? You start pushing in ways because you feel this threat. So you're trying to get an answer sooner. So this is called an activation strategy. You'll do something to activate the other person to create a reaction so they reply to you. And that crisis could even be that you're not feeling good or something's wrong or blah, blah, blah. But it's really your fear of something going wrong that wants to create this activation so that way you can know what's happening within the relationship. And this anxiousness is because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are waiting for someone to leave you and you don't want to wait. So you're trying to figure it out faster and sooner by creating these activation strategies. Now, a lot of times if you are way too anxious, you'll end up actually abandoning them before they abandon you. Because you're going to be like, I've seen this before. I've tried this. I'm going to leave. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. You might even just ghost the person. But here's the thing though. A lot of the times this anxiousness stems from also a deep worthiness wound that we don't deserve the love that we actually want. That we're not inherently worthy of the love that we should be having in our lives because we're not used to getting it. And you're willing to sweep the bad parts under the rug and not address them because you rather get some sort of breadcrumb versus the whole loaf. But also think about this. When you're anxious, how does it feel on the other end? If you've ever gotten somebody blowing you up with a bunch of texts, how does that feel? Not very good, right? It feels like they're needy and want something, and it actually pushes people away as well. Well, what's the solution? The solution is to do the work towards becoming a secure attachment style. Not being afraid to express your needs and your boundaries to your man and letting them know exactly what you want in the relationship because men love to serve their women. Because when you set clear expectations and boundaries, you start to value your own well-being, and this communicates to a man that you are a valuable woman. This is the way I want to be treated. This is the way I'm willing to be in relationship with you. And this is what I want to experience. And remember, when you're setting boundaries, always ask the other person, is it important for you to have a healthy relationship with me? Because if they say yes, they're locked in. They want to do the thing, right? Because it's always about incremental adjustment towards each other and making that healthy dynamic work. All right. So I love you so much. Have a wonderful day.